Don't know why I decided to sit on my floor, but I am. What is up, you guys? Back with a new video. And as you can see in the title, it's a back to school video since it's the dreaded back to school season and it's August. So that's just great. So I go back to school August 27th, I believe, and I'm going to be a sophomore. And there's a lot of things I learned my freshman year. A lot of do's and a lot of don'ts. And I mean a lot of don'ts. So yeah, not going to go into detail about that, but let's get on with the video. It's nothing like the movies. So in a lot of high school movies, they make high school out to be, not to sound mean, but fun and all peppy. I mean, so far, my high school experience has been somewhat fun, in a way. And they make it out to be, like, no drama in some movies. Heads up, there's gonna be drama. No matter what grade you're in, no matter your age, there's gonna be drama. And it's not as peppy as they make it out to be. But there's still pep. I've never said that word so many times. But yeah, your classes and routes. So if you're just starting high school and you don't really know the school as well, if you've never been there. My high school, I've been there a bunch of times before I got up to high school. So I knew where some places were. It was kind of iffy on some places, but it's good to know your classes so you know where you're going next and the routes to get there. So if your school has a registration or an open house, it would be a good idea to go there if you're an upcoming freshman, so you can have your schedule in your hand and you can just go through where all your classes are and what are the best ways to get there and fastest ways to get there, because it's probably not a good idea to be late when you're a freshman. Planner. I don't know how it is with other high schools, but my high school doesn't hand out planners like my middle school did. And in middle school, the planner really helped me know what assignments I had to do or when they had to be done or what we did in class. So when I got up to high school, it was kind of iffy on my schoolwork, and I wasn't very good at knowing what it would be due. So I eventually got a planner, or just like a smaller notebook that's kind of the size of a planner. And I wrote down all of my assignments, what classes it was in, and when it was due. And that actually ended up helping me in the end, except for one class, which we're not going to get into. Do not procrastinate. When it comes to school time, nobody really wants to do their work, or they'll push it to do it last minute. That's not really a good idea, and I had to learn that the hard way because I did a lot of assignments last minute and didn't end up getting a good grade on it. There's maybe one time out of the whole school year I actually got a good grade on one of mine, but it was also an easy class, so kind of had an advantage there. But most classes are a lot harder to wait till last minute, unless your teacher kind of works around, kind of works around the due date if you're doing it last minute and you come up with a good excuse. But just don't lie and just get it done right away, because then you have like maybe free time to do it in class, and it would be beneficial. Just be nice. So starting high school, there's definitely going to be mean people. There's going to be people who think that they're better than you, and that's every school and that's life. But it doesn't really help you in the end, because there's definitely a lot of people who are douchebags at my school. But just kill them with kindness, or just ignore them. Don't give them a reaction, because that's what carries on what will happen in the end. I don't know what I'm saying, but just along the lines of being nice, just don't pay attention to those people that like to throw shade at you, who feel the need to be a bitch. Because literally it will just bring down your self-confidence, because my freshman year was definitely somewhat tough because I decided to let what people said get to me, and it really brought down my mental health. And yeah, just know that you have probably really good friends by your side, and okay to say no. So everyone knows that saying that say no, it's okay to say no, blah 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 blah. So some people don't really listen to it, or they give in because of how some people are, but literally it's okay to say no. There's been so many times during my freshman year that I met a lot of obstacles where either I could give in and get in trouble, or I could say no. Or there was different occasions where I would say no and the person kept on pushing. So just remove yourself from that situation if you say no and the person keeps pushing for you to do something that you don't want to do. But just know that it is okay to say no. It will not make you less cool of a person, because in the end, those people will not be as successful as you will. Senior boy probably isn't interested in you. So, as a freshman, I definitely had my fair share of senior boys coming after me. Not in like a bad way, like they want to jump me, but like relationship-wise. And I definitely had my fair share of wanting a senior boy. I did end up dating a senior. I'm not saying it was not the same school, but not saying it was a bad experience, but it didn't really work out because we just had our own thing going on. But it just goes to show, because you're just starting out high school, you're still young, and they're probably going to be going off to college soon. So, or there's other instances where someone says something about you and it gets up to the seniors, and the senior boys are like, hey, I'll try to track that. Like, nobody probably says that anymore, but like, whatever. And you'll end up getting used, and you'll end up being heartbroken. And it's just not a good idea. I mean, I'm going into my sophomore year, and the guy I'm with is gonna be a senior, but I've also known him my whole life, and my freshman year, that senior that I dated, only knew him for a couple months. Have fun. First year of high school, like, it's not all bad, it's not all scary, but just have fun with it. Go to sporting events, go to the dances, go to anything that your school has that you think would be fun. I didn't get to go to any hockey games for at least my school this year. I would have liked to go to one, but I just didn't have the time. But I definitely went to football games and went to any wrestling event that was at my school. I went to a couple basketball games, and I went to all the dances that freshmen are able to go to. But yeah, just make memories and be stupid but safe with your friends, because you only get to be a freshman once. But then again, you do have 3 more years of high school, but start out high school right. That is all I have for you upcoming freshmen. And anybody else, I guess it pertains to anybody in high school, not just freshmen. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and comment down below when your school starts, because I know my cousin starts a week before I go back to school. I think the 22nd, and I go back to school 27th. So yeah, and make sure to click that subscribe button, press the push notification bell, and I'll see you guys next weekend.